Welcome to another installment of High Point University Hockey. Today, you have your High Point Panthers taking on the Radford Highlanders. I'm Graham Tuck alongside me, Jay Banzette, coming at you from the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. A little bit of a change of scenery from the last time you saw these Panthers. Last weekend, we were in the Greensboro Ice House, the former home of the High Point Panther hockey team. But this week, both games against Radford will be played in the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. So you will see us here both games this weekend. Again, today, right now, 6 p.m. Tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. Last time out, Panthers had a rough go of things with a 7-2 loss to the Tennessee Ice Balls. But that was largely the result of a rough first period. 5-1 at the end of that first frame. After that, the Panthers were only outscored 2-1 by Tennessee. So we'll see if we can keep going with some of that momentum in this first period and start strong. Jay, what do you think that these Panthers need to do in order to take out this dub against Radford today?
Dan, you just mentioned they got to start strong. They got out to a 5-1 deficit in the first period of the last game with Tennessee. They got to start strong. They got to get themselves in the game a little bit faster. And they got to have some energetic special teams. The power play, they got to be efficient with that, and then they've got to dominate the faceoff today.
As mentioned, our keys to the game brought to you by Jay Banzette. Let's take a look now at the goal leaders for High Point University through the first two games. At number 1, you've got Dakota Johnson by himself with a goal in each of the first two games. He had one goal in the first game and one goal in the second game. He opened the scoring for High Point in the second game against Tennessee. If you want to re-watch that broadcast after this game is over, you can go back and watch this right here on the High Point University Hockey YouTube channel. After him, you've got 4 players, each scoring 1 goal apiece. Ryan Bruin and Ryan Henry, both on that first line with Dakota Johnson, and then following them, Sean Egan and Tim Fleury. Egan had his goal in the first game against Tennessee. Fleury scored in the second game. Jay, what did you see in that second game from Fleury and that top line who regressed a little bit from the first game?
Yeah, they played more together. They played as a greater unit. It's always, when you play your first game, it's kind of trying to figure each other out, especially Dakota's a freshman and Francis North Carolina. They're trying to figure out how to play with each other. But that second game, they're still developing. It's certainly they're not certainly where they want to be at. In the second game, the third progression, they got a little bit more together, tighter knit line, playing good teamwork. So we can just expect more of the same. The third game together today, they can expect to be playing at an even higher level than they did in the second game.
You probably disagree with that one. Let's take a look now at our assist leaders. Some familiar names on this list, but also some newcomers. Ryan Bruin, alone at the top, with 2 assists, both one in the first game, one in the second game. He assisted on both Dakota Johnson goals this season. And then tied at second, we have 3 players, Alex Sawney, Logan Kennedy, and Tyler Calkins. Kennedy and Calkins both got their assists in the Sunday installment of the series against UT Max. Sawney getting his assist on Sean Egan's goal in the first game. Now we take a look at the points leaders, some familiar faces. Ryan Bruin alone at the top with 3 points, Dakota Johnson at 2, and then the other 6 players, as we mentioned, at 1. We take a look now at our players to watch for. For Radford, number 88, Gavin Gustafson, and for your Panthers, number 2, Dakota Johnson, who's been absolutely on fire.
I agree. Dakota Johnson, as you said, he's got the 2 goals in the season. He's electric. We haven't seen this Radford team play so far this year. But Gustafson's the best player coming back from last year, especially the team.
High Point played Radford once last year on November 16th, an 11-2 victory for the Panthers, and they'll be looking to replicate that success. An interesting note for this game here. This is not going to be your typical hockey game that you're watching today. Due to ice time restrictions at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex, this game will be played with a 15-minute first period, no first intermission, a 15-minute second period, just enough time in the second intermission to resurface the ice, and then a 20-minute third period before the conclusion of the game. And in addition to that, Radford only has 8 skaters and 1 goalie. That is enough for 1 line, 3 backups, and a goalie. So, to help with this, High Point lended 8 players to Radford in order to help them fill out their roster. So among your Panthers today who will be playing for Radford, number 8, Alden Martin, number 9, Connor Casivio, number 11, Mike Monroe, number 17, Dakota Sexton, number 35, in the net, Tyler Rumsey will be backing up for Radford, number 55, Connor Duncan, number 61, Henry Grill, number 88, Logan Kennedy, and number 92, Christian Kink. all of those favorite Panthers that you're used to watching in the white and purple will be dressed in red and black today, taking shots on their own team. So this is peak club hockey, folks.
Peak club hockey, Graham. It kind of feels like there's youth tournaments where you'd have a team that didn't have enough people from a smaller town that come into a bigger city. Have people join that team. It's got a real, as you said, club hockey feel, youth hockey feel to it, but still going to be a very competitive hockey game.
This one, no matter how strange it will be, will still count in the rule books at the end of the year in the scorebook. You can see on the center ice, you've got some of your favorite Panthers dressed in black and red. We've got about 45 seconds left in warm-up before the national anthem for this one. We'll be right back. We are back from the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex, ready for the start of this first period. 25 minutes are on the clock, so they may have changed the time rules from when they last spoke to me. But as far as I know, this is going to be a very strangely played game between your High Point Panthers, and we're underway with the High Point Panthers and the Radford Highlanders.
Immediately off the bat, you see some nice quick puck movement off the neutral zone to the Panthers.
Yeah, they'll quickly turn it over, and Radford will now take it into the neutral zone. But it's recollected by High Point in the defensive end. Forward back there. It's Aiden Kennedy who has it behind the net. Kennedy to Calkins. A great save there by Rob Pizzola. Into the offensive zone. A good shot down by Trevor McHugh. Trevor McHugh in net for Radford. As we mentioned, if he should get injured for any reason, their backup would be High Point Panther Tyler Rumsey, who is sitting in the penalty box right now.
Nice play by Geralt to get it out of the defensive zone.
Offside is called, and finally a whistle. Unable to be kept on sides by Ryan Henry, one of your ultimate captains for the Panthers, who's been hot so far. Cooled off a little bit in the second game against Tennessee, but he played very well in that first game on Saturday. Face-off coming far side circle near the Radford bench, and it's won by High Point. Dakota Johnson staying high in the circle, working on dominating the faceoff circle, just like you said.
He's 2-0 right now at the faceoff circle, so he has to keep that up.
Henry with a shot on. Tested down by Trevor McHugh, able to swallow it up. One of the big keys for Radford in this game is going to be the play of McHugh. If he can play well, Radford can be kept in it. But otherwise, it's hard to see how Radford could outshape this talented Panthers team.
That first shot went right into his chest was a pretty good warm-up shot for him. Hopefully, we keep him going the rest of the game, make it a competitive game.
23:44 left to go in this second period hybrid. Again, strange sight here at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex, but we'll work through it and bring you some high-point hockey. Johnson's got it in the corner. Trying to get it up to the point for Shawnee, but he cycles back down to Ryan Henry, who now has it. Face-off circle. Shawnee collects at the center point. A shot on. Doesn't get through traffic, and now Radford will have a breakout.
I think he got eaten up right there by Jamie Arnold of Radford. Hit him right in the eye. That was good shot.
Schroeder unable to win the race, and now High Point will bring it past their own blue line. Getting it up now is Shawnee. 1-on-2, a shot on, good stick deflection there. That was Alden Martin. Some good defense on his own teammate.
Yeah, that's certainly going to be an interesting aspect when you've got a fast break going your way from High Point, and you've got a Radford defender who's a normal teammate who can tackle, certainly a competitive advantage defense for Radford.
Radford now has it in the defensive zone. Gets it up, a good stretch pass there. A man hauled down cleanly, and Shawnee will collect in front of his own net. Tries to get a stretch pass, but it's deflected there. And now High Point will collect. Shawnee has it again. Tries to tip it off the board against Francesca. The High Point will bring it into the offensive zone onside. Jenkins in a scrum in the corner, and now he'll take it behind the Radford net. Lost his puck on his stick. Now it's recollected in the corner by Reedy. Reedy tries to tip it around the man. Unable to.
Working back there behind the net. We got an opportunity right here if they want to take it.
22 minutes left in this second period hybrid. Tries to get through traffic, and a great pad save there by Trevor McHugh. Looking for a deflection, nobody there. And a shot on glove deflection. I don't know if you can call that a save. It wouldn't have been on net, but McHugh looking very good to start this game.
Because that first shot, if they go off his chest, that one went off his glove. Maybe we'll find a six save here in a minute. But wide open opportunity.
A great glove save again by McHugh. He's looked really strong to start this game. He may be able to be the key for Radford going forward.
That was a pretty wide open shot. You can't ask for a much better look at your High Point, but that was an excellent save right there by McHugh.
High Point's look sharp offensively, but so has McHugh in net. Reedy has it now. A pass to the slot, and Gita can't collect.
Really nice look by Reedy right there. He made a goal coming out of here.
Pass to the slot again. Reedy puts one on, and it's swallowed up by McHugh. He's looked very, very strong to start this game.
So that was a pass by Tim Fleury. He actually went between his legs right there to Reedy right in front of the goal, but a nice save by McHugh.
High Point wins the faceoff in the offensive zone, and it'll be recollected. Behind his own net. That's Fleury that has it. McCeska now in the corner. Fleury again. Back to McCeska. Unable to be collected in the slot, now going to the corner. And McCeska can't keep it at the front. And Kennedy has it. Now to Tour. Looking for Gita at the blue line. Unable to find him. McHugh has it behind his net. A big hit there put on by Adam Solenkovic. And we're going to get a charging penalty, it looks like.
Yeah. Excuse me. And McCeska really took that one right in the chest and ended up on his back. Good play for the Panthers overall. They're going to face off in the offensive zone.
It looks like we had a penalty call in the corner, but no such thing as nobody goes to the penalty box. Face off won by the Panthers in the offensive zone. Try to put a shot on, but it's deflected by McCeska. Gita collects in the corner. Looking for toward the point. But it's turned over. High Point will collect in the neutral zone. Gita has it in his feet. One in the neutral zone by Job.
This is Radford's first real opportunity in the offensive zone, so we'll look to see them capitalize.
Arnold has it. Knocked off his stick by Kennedy. What a good defensive play there. Up into the right, and they'll clear the zone. Solenkovic trying to collect in his defensive zone. Now Gavin Gustafson, a player to watch for Radford. And it's put towards the net, and McHugh with a good stick. Calkins is hauled down, but no call. As Radford touches up and will play on. Looks like we're going to have icing as this one goes into the high point end, and then we'll come back to the circle near the queue.
Yeah, Graham, an early advantage we've seen for the Panthers is they are 4-0 at the face-off circle. So certainly that's going to hopefully continue to be an advantage to them. 3 of them have been in the offensive zone, and then the one they're opening face-off. So certainly the Panthers have been dominating time of possession so far.
Radford just unable to do anything in the circle yet. That's largely due to a great play from High Point Center. Still 0-0 here. 19:53 left in the first period. Johnson up to Shawnee at the point. Battle won by Shawnee, and now it's back down in the corner. Nupp has it. His first appearance this season. Nupp has yet to play a game, but he is on the line now for High Point, and we're going to have a puck out of play and another face-off in the High Point offensive zone. 19:36 left to play. Still 0-0 between High Point and Radford.
Yeah, if he's just joining us, there are 19 minutes and 36 seconds left in what I believe is going to be a first half. We may do it half-style instead of period.
It looks like that may be what happened. And before we had been told that it would be a 15-minute first period, 15-minute second period with no first intermission, then a second intermission just long enough to clear the ice, put in fresh feet down, and then a 20-minute third period. But if we have two 25-minute periods, that would account for the same amount of game time and an equal time between the two periods, and that would help with the ice quality at the end of what would be that 30th minute. Nevertheless, now Radford is going to have a breakaway after a careless turnover by Paxton Nupp, but no numbers there for Radford, and High Point will collect in the defensive end. Egan has it, one of the goal scorers for High Point so far this season. Turned over to Gustafsson. He gets a hit put on him by Shawnee, and now High Point will bring it in the neutral zone. Good move there. Ryan Bruin bringing it up. That's Zola, excuse me. Now Calkins has it. A shot on and it's swallowed up by McHugh.
McHugh is playing out of his mind so far. He's taking some off the glove, taking a couple in the chest. He's playing really well in the Radford goal for sure.
He has looked phenomenal so far. I know it's still early, but you've got to think if you're High Point, you've got to solve the McHugh question.
Yeah, High Point's gotten some pretty decent looks. That was not a bad look right in front of the goal.
Not at all.
But, I mean, they can't really ask for much more as an offense to get an uncontested shot from about 10 feet away.
They've been able to
capitalize.
Correct. They've been able to produce. They just haven't been able to get anything in the net so far. Let's see if that can change. Another offensive zone draw. Far side circle. Finally, Radford with a face-off one. But Johnson unable to win that one, but it's kept in at the point. What a great play there by Egan. It's shot on! And McHugh pads it down. Henry there with a good try to lift his skate. Maybe looking for a deflection. Right now, Boone correct. And a pad save. Oh my goodness, McHugh is out of his mind.
He's playing, that, you saw that puck, it ended up going over the glass and into the back net before falling down for this face-off. But McHugh, the defense, it's there. It's not really contesting these shots by the Panthers, so they've got to continue to hope that McHugh can make some saves and actually get some contested shots coming their way instead of these wide open looks. 9 saves already from McHugh in this early game. 18:39 left in the first half of this Panther hockey game. Face-off won by High Point, but quickly turned over into the corner. Kept in at the point. A deflection there by Bruin, but unable to be put through the wickets of McHugh, and now he'll glove that one down. The 11th save of the day already for McHugh. Yeah, those two shots game from the blue line. And if you're Radford, you're not really worrying about a shot coming from a third away down the ice. That's a pretty easy save.
Correct, and if you're High Point, you have to be thinking to get bodies in front of the net. It looks like the only way that you're going to beat Trevor McHugh right now is with a deflection or two. Face off won by High Point. Collected the blue line. Siegelhorn puts it on towards the net, but unable to be collected in the corner by Henry. A scrum in front of the net, and the puck is loose, and it's kicked back out. Henry will try to collect. Johnson and Bruin both had chances right in front of the net, but unable to put it through.
So Radford's got numbers here. They're going to pull on 2 opportunities in top.
That's Alden Martin bringing it up. Behind his net, Martin. A shot on, unable to be put on there. Can't really tell who that is. He's wearing a green jersey as opposed to the Radford black and red, so it's surely somebody from High Point. And a goal! Off the rebound, Ryan Henry with his second of the season.
Yeah, the key finally folded. The Panthers got a fast break opportunity coming right down the center of the ice, and the key just couldn't do there. Unsettled for sure.
One nothing Panthers early in this first half. In the neutral zone now, it's Radford. Into the offensive zone now, it's Jack Jenkins. He's got a 2-on-1 and a shot on, deflected down by McHugh.
Wide save right there by McHugh. They tried to go across the face and slid over right near the left wing really well. He got the save.
Now a shot on. In front of the net, it's Jenkins again, and unable to do anything about it. A shot through traffic. Not there.
Yeah, Joe ate that one right in the chest.
No icing. Collected in the defensive zone now by Kennedy. Aiden Kennedy, that is. 4. Passes it up to Jenkins. Turnover in the neutral zone, and Radford will try to chip it through. Over to the other side now. Arnold has it. Jamie Arnold chips it into the offensive zone, and it's patted down by Sean Moreau, who was so stellar in that last game against Tennessee.
Hey, Graham, you mentioned stellar. 37 shots, made 35 saves. That's about as good as you can ask for.
A delayed call. We're back with you now. Sorry if we had some technical difficulties. Jay Banzette, Graham Tuck. First period now. High Point Panthers up 1-0 on the Radford Highlanders. A penalty on Radford in that last sequence. 2 minutes in the box. 16 minutes left in this first half. Again, some unusual circumstances in this game. We'll explain that at halftime. Yes, halftime, not first intermission, halftime. But right now, High Point has it in the offensive zone.
Yeah, Graham, we talked about it all game. Radford just hasn't been able to get much going in their offensive zone. They're on a lot of defense here in the first half.
Shawnee with a chance near the net, but unable to do anything about it, and a clear from Radford will take some time off of this penalty.
Pretty much exactly what you can ask for if you're Radford. Just send it down to the other end and they can pick up some time to bring it back down to their offensive zone.
Selected by Shawnee in the defensive zone. A pass up now to Calkins. He'll bring it in. Does not have numbers. Circles back around. Pass over the other side to Egan. A pass through traffic. Collected by Cazzola. And now a turnover. And Gavin Gustafson will bring it the other way. They've got a 2-on-2 for Radford. Tries to get around Shawnee. Unable to. Tries to collect it down in his own end. A big hit there put on by Gustafson. But Egan will come out with it. They've got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Now a 2-on-2. Tries to just get it towards the net. Looking for Nutt, but unable to find anything.
Yeah, you can see the Panthers trying to make a line change right here. They've got 2 players coming off and 2 players coming back on, so they may kind of hold the puck out here for a little bit too. They can get their numbers advantage back.
Shot through traffic. Deflection tried to be put on there in front of the net, but it's now collected by Henry behind. The forwards out there now. Cazzola, Henry, and Bruin.
You can see Gavin Gustafson working for the Radford Highlanders. They're playing 4-on-5 right now, but he's still certainly giving his all.
Kept in by Mike Torr. The stellar defense, and it's patted away by McHugh. He has looked absolutely wonderful starting this game so far. A big hit in the corner put on by High Point. Over to Johnson. He's hot. Two games in a row with a goal. A deflection inside, and off the post, and it's put in. A goal. Ryan Bruin with his second of the season. He stays hot as he remains the Panthers' leader in points. His second goal of the season to go with 2 assists.
Good, excellent look. Radford just got off to full strength. They just got out of their penalty, and High Point took advantage of a little confusion defensively for the Highlanders to capitalize. Right off a save of McHugh, the Panthers get their second goal of the game.
Face-off won by Radford, now in their defensive zone. Bruin has it. Up to the point now. Down in the slot, and it's another good pad save. Torr has it at the point. Shot through traffic. What a deflection there put on by Henry, but unable to find the corner of the net. Now behind for Johnson. Over to Aiden Kennedy. A shot on. Pad save. Unable to be swept around by Ryan Bruin. Looking for 2 goals and 2 shifts. So the score stays 2-0. Another shot from the point by Tor. Patted away.
Yeah, you can see the Dakota section there. He's wearing a green jersey, but he's on the Radford Highlanders team. He's a little tripped up.
Aiden Kennedy now in the defensive zone. Overlooking for Tor, but he won't be able to get to it. Bruin collects.
Well, Radford's got a 2-on-1 right here if they want to take it.
A shot on patted down by Moreau, and another pad save by Moreau. Continuing his great play from the last game against Tennessee, and now High Point's breaking out, and now we've got a breakaway. Bruin on the goalie, and he's not able to get there. A great stick there from McHugh, and now Bruin's got a chance. Henry with another save, and now Bruin, and there's a goal. Bruin already with his second goal of the game, third of the season.
Yeah, you feel for McHugh right there. He made one save, had to go all the way to the other side of the crease, make another save, and then bring it all the way back, and he just couldn't get that last one. Nice shot by Ryan Bruin.
McHugh did everything he could there. I'm surprised he made as many saves on that spot as he could. He made two, unable to get the third.
Yeah, the third time was the charm right there for the High Point Panthers. Ryan Bruin's second goal, and probably as many minutes as you can say. 2 minutes.
Radford now has it in the offensive end. Unable to be pawed down there by Jenkins, and now we'll have a stoppage with a hand pass.
Yeah, Radford's going to take as many of these breaks as they can get. They've been on the defensive end for the vast majority of this first 12 and a half minutes. So as much offense as they can get, they're going to take for sure.
Again, we apologize for some technical difficulties early on here in the NX. This has been a crazy start to this game that is going to have two halves rather than three periods. But here it stands 3-0 High Point with 12:17 left in this first half. 25 minutes in the first half, 12 and a half of them gone, halfway through. A sharp pass over there looking for Jenkins, and he'll collect at the High Point blue line. Bring it into the zone. 3-on-2 for High Point if they want it. A shot. Oh my God, what a snipe. Jack Jenkins with a great shot from the near side corner, and it's 4-0 High Point already.
Yeah, Jenkins came down lefty, came down the left side, so he's running out of real estate as he gets closer to the goal, but he absolutely stung that far corner, and you can see the puck actually go up through the net with that shot, so he hit right on the metal pipe.
You're going to see, that's one of the best goals that you've seen from High Point so far in this early season. 3 games in, High Point with an 0-2 start against Tennessee in their first 2 games, but this one's looking good here. High Point up 4-0 early. 11:58 left to go in this first half. High Point recollected their own blue line. Looking for Hallahan. Now towards the slot. Jack is unable. What a great sliding save there as Ben Reedy was able to collect the scraps. It looked like that pass was going towards Jenkins, the goal scorer, but Ben Reedy able to collect off the deflected pass. He tries to put one on net, and McHugh gloves it down. Macheska in to take the draw for High Point, unable to win it. Radford takes it behind their own net. Collected in the defensive end now. High Point has it, led by Sean Egan, who's got the puck. Looking for Tim Fleury, one of the goal scorers in that last game against Tennessee, and now a turnover. Radford has it now. Jared Canton looking for somebody in the slot, unable to find anything, and we're going to have a penalty here on Radford. They'll touch up at the blue line, and Radford's going to be a man down for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's Gustafsson. That's the biggest loss. He got caught up. His stick got caught up with a High Point Panther, and he'll serve these 2 minutes in the pit of misery, if they can see the logo down there in the Winston Annex.
The Annex, the home of the Thunderbirds. You can see the logo at center ice. Pit of Misery, part of their sponsorship with, actually I can't say that, this is a college broadcast. Dilly Dilly, face-off won by the Panthers in the offensive zone. Put on net, a deflection, and just rolls through the crease. Now Gita will recollect. Out to the point, Egan has it. Brings it near side, a shot on, a deflection there from Macheska, unable to get it through. Shawnee has it. Shawnee with a shot! Patted away. McHugh with another great stop early.
Yeah, you can see the Panthers, they're taking shots that aren't really contested by these Highlanders. They're getting pretty much every look they want. It's not super near the goal, but certainly within distance, within range of these shooters.
Looking for somebody in the slot. Macheska was there, unable to get it on net though. 3 men behind the net for High Point. Fleury will come out with it. Now Macheska. Looking for Egan at the point. He taps for it. Collects it at the blue line. Pass deflected down there. Jamie Arnold with the deflection. Puck lost by Shawnee, but he'll recollect and get it to Gita. Looking for Fleury. He wasn't on the same page, and now it'll be cleared out by Radford. Moreau will have to put a stick to it, and now Shawnee collects, as High Point and Radford will both get a line change off. At the point, Nupp has it, trying to get it to Shawnee. He'll take it in the offensive zone. Shawnee with a shot! Chested down by McHugh. Despite the score being 4-0 High Point already, McHugh has still looked great. Not so much in these last couple of minutes, but he's been doing everything he can based on the defense that Radford has put in front of him.
Yeah, you said that exactly. He's been under constant fire most of the time from right in front of his face, so he's playing pretty well. He's given up 4, but certainly made 4 or 5 times that number of saves easily.
10 minutes now left in the first half of this game. 36 seconds left on the penalty given to Gavin Gustafson.
Yeah, Graham, that was one of our keys to the game, was the Panthers being excellent on special teams. Their first power play opportunity, they didn't score during the period, but 5 seconds later, with some defensive confusion for the Highlanders, they got their, I believe, their second goal of the game, so hopefully they can capitalize here.
And with that one, you can almost count that as a power play goal. Even if it wasn't scored on the power play, Radford wasn't able to collect themselves defensively.
Exactly.
And it's essentially a power play goal, even if it might not go down as one in the stat sheet. There's 7 seconds left on this penalty to Gustafson, 9:27 left in the first half, and we're going to have a face-off on the far side circle. Panthers up 4-0. Again, Radford only traveling with 9 players. Some of these players you see for Radford in unusual numbers, they are going to be some of your High Point Panthers. A shot in front of the net, tried to be collected by Nupp, but he's unable to find it.
Yeah,
Pizzola.
We're back to full strength here. Gustafson just dashed out of the penalty box and over to the Highlanders bench.
Tor looking for a deflection in front of the net, but nobody there, and McHugh will just watch it go right past him. Radford brings it into the offensive zone. Looking for Dakota Sexton, a big hit there. Tor showing no mercy to his teammate. And a friendly play there from Dakota Sexton as he gives him a tap on the back for that big hit along the boards. Now High Point will bring it into the zone. Not a great pass there from Henry, looking for Aiden Kennedy, but now kept in by Bruin and now out towards the red line where Johnson will recollect. Henry has it again. A goal already scored from him in this game. Johnson looking for somebody, but nobody there. 8:30 left in this period. Puck collected by Radford in the neutral zone. Bruin with a shot on, a good pad save there. And a rebound, and it's through! Henry with his second goal of the game. What a shot.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate right there for the Highlanders. Henry capitalized on a deflection pad save from McHugh and just put it right behind him.
That's about as easy a goal as you're going to get if you're Ryan Henry, who's got his second of the game. Score is 5-0 now. 8:15 left in the first half. High Point in front by 5. Somebody for Radford coming from the bench area, from the locker room, going to the bench area. Face-off won by High Point and is put in their defensive end. Bruin and Henry on hat-trick watch already. 8:07 left in this first half. 5-0 Panthers. Pass looking for Bruin, unable to be collected, and we're going to have an icing, which will bring it back down to the High Point defensive end. You've got to wonder, if this game gets out of hand, are we going to see Eric Smith in the crease for High Point? Moreau looked great against Tennessee in the second game. Smith not so much in the first, but he looked serviceable, and he's going to be High Point's #1 moving forward if I had to guess. You got to get him some work if you can.
Yeah, I certainly agree. You want to give your backup, especially if he started the last game, his confidence is down after being benched. You got to get his confidence back up, and this is pretty much the perfect game to be able to do that.
Face-off won by High Point. McDonald will take it in. Stripped of the puck by Radford. A good move tried to put on, but caught up in the skate of a High Point player. Now Henry has it. Puts it over to the other side for Bruin. Johnson in the center. Brought in by Bruin. A good deflection there by Radford. Unable to be collected by Johnson. And now Radford will take it out of their end, and it's recollected by High Point. Sam Siegelhorn has it in the defensive end. Looking for Henry. And that one's going to be deflected out of play, and we'll have a stoppage. Center ice face-off.
Yeah, that puck ended up in the bleachers right in front of us.
Thought we might be able to get a souvenir after the game, but it looked like somebody came and collected it already. Face-off, near side, offside circle.
Hey, Graham, what we've seen so far in this first half is High Point when they have given it up to the Highlanders, their defense has been stout. They haven't given up a goal yet. Not many shots on goal for Radford, so the Panthers playing really well, especially on the offensive end so far.
Brought into the offensive zone now. High Point recollects. A quick turnover by Radford. Jenkins has it. Looking for somebody in the center. Now 2-0. And a great shot and a goal there from Alex Hallahan, his first of the season.
Yeah, give the assist to Jack Jenkins there. Nice cross-ice pass right over to his teammate. Pretty much an easy goal there. They got to make McHugh move from his right knee to his left knee, and he's unable to do that in time. Panthers get a goal out of it.
It's already 6-0 Panthers. 7 minutes left in this first half. High Point having a great time. In for the face-off circle is the Ben Reedy, one of the forwards who you don't normally see take face-off. So High Point already having a little bit of fun with this one. Shawnee has it. Stretch pass up. And now Jenkins will take it in with a recent assist already with a goal. Hallahan looking for another one, and it's put on goal, covered up by McHugh.
Yeah, it's just a continued theme of dominance here at the face-off circle for the High Point Panthers. Radford's won, I believe, 2, but the rest have been just gobbled up by this team in white.
Reedy with another face-off win. Out to Shawnee at the point. A deflection. McHugh didn't know where it went. Neither did I at first, but now Radford will recollect in their defensive end. Hallahan with a good stick check there, and now Reedy will repossess the puck. Jenkins has it in the corner. Looking for Egan. Now back down to Reedy. Egan taps for it. Looking for Shawnee. Looking for somebody in the slot, but unable to find anyone, and the puck will trickle back down into the High Point defensive end, collected by Egan.
Yeah, Gustafsson got a nice stick on that pass. It was trying to go from the left corner right up to the top to his teammate, but Gustafsson got a stick on that, and now Radford plays offense.
A tough save by Moreau in the defensive end. He hasn't had to do much so far in this half, but he's doing what's required of him. Now brought in is Gita, trying to ward off a defender. Put into the corner for Macheska. Looking for somebody in the slot, and it's unable to be collected there by Gita. Macheska has it again in the corner, looking for Gita. And it's collected by Radford, but then a poke check there by Fleury. Looking for Gita in the corner. He'll try to get it tangled up in his feet. It calls for some help. 4 Panthers over there in the scrum on the board, and it's taken out by Macheska. Looking for Fleury in the slot, unable to find him. Put down into the defensive end by Radford. Gita will recollect in the corner.
Yeah, Radford's just trying to get some new lines changed and get them on the ice. They just center around the corner and try and kill some time so some new people can come on the ice.
Shawnee brings it into the zone. He has offensive skill despite being a defenseman, and a great stick save there. You could hear the wood hitting the puck by McHugh.
Yeah, McHugh wasn't as hard to save, but certainly wasn't as easiest either. That was a nice stick save right there. It's always hard to save it with a stick instead of your pads or your gloves, so certainly he'll take any save he can get right now. He's getting up 6 in the first 20 minutes of this half, so saves are hard to come by, especially with a shot that close in.
You don't know how much of this is skill and how much of this is rust. Radford hasn't played a game yet this season. High Point with 2 games under their belt last weekend. A shot on net from Calkins, but we're going to have a stoppage. He said that it was played down with a high stick, and we're going to have another face-off in the offensive zone for your Panthers. 4:54 left to go in the first half. Again, the first half, not the first period. We'll explain at halftime. But an unusual set of circumstances. Panthers playing in black and red. Panthers also playing in white and purple. Taken in the defensive end by High Point. Put up for Nutt. He shoots from the point, deflected out, and now collected in the slot. Another great save by McHugh, looking for somebody in the slot, and Calkins unable to get it on net.
McHugh lost that puck right there for about 3 or 4 seconds, was kind of looking around for it, realized it was over his right shoulder, and had to slide over to make that save.
Now brought in by Nutt.
Got a little extracurricular activity down here. We got John Giroud of the Radford Highlanders kind of going after Mike Torr for the Panthers.
A pass over for Radford, looking to do something offensively, haven't able to get anything going. Aiden Kennedy collects a loose puck, and now brought towards his own net. Torr will collect in the near side corner, now put up for Nutt. Bringing it up now is Radford. A hit put on, and now Dakota Sexton will take it. A great defensive play there by Cazzola, laying on his back, able to depossess Sexton of the puck. Another good move there. That's Jamie Arnold trying to make something happen, but Tor will repossess. Excuse me, that's Siegelhorn. He brings it into the zone. Tapping for the puck is Cazzola. Henry takes it. He's on hat trick watch. 2 goals already. Looking for his line mate on the far side. Johnson unable to collect in the slot off the rebound. Kept in the zone by High Point. Henry has it on the near side.
That's an excellent find.
Bruin unable to do anything with it though, and now Radford will clear. Potentially going to have icing here. No icing, they say, as High Point could have played the puck. Now put up for Siegelhorn. Brought into the offensive zone. Shot whistled wide of the net by Siegelhorn, but High Point and Sean McDonald able to collect. Now put back into the neutral zone by Radford. McDonald has it again. Looking for Calkins. That's Henry that loses it to Sexton. Around the boards by Radford. Siegelhorn looking to ward off a defender. Puts it around, looking for Henry in the corner. He'll take it. A stretch pass up, has Bruin, it's a breakaway. One on the goalie, Bruin, and a great save by McHugh, goes all the way up and into the netting. Another grade A chance, could have made it 7-0 High Point, but instead the differential remains at 6, and it's 2:21 left to go in this first half as High Point will get off a line change.
McHugh has played his tail off in the first half. He's given up 6, but certainly, like you said, that was a breakaway. Pretty much everything High Point can ask for offensively, but McHugh just making incredible saves. That one off his left shoulder.
Johnson in for the face-off. He'll win it. Over to Bruin. Shot deflected wide. Around the boards to Shawnee. Looking for Henry, but unable to find him. Johnson and Henry put on pressure in the offensive zone. High Point forechecking considerably harder than they did in the 2 games against Tennessee. Johnson fires it on in a pad save there by McHugh. Looking to make it 7-0 was Johnson. And now under 2 minutes to go in this first period as Radford brings it into the zone. A fancy move there put on by Gustafsson, but unable to keep it on his stick. And now Egan will bring it out. Egan across the line, looking to go coast to coast. Finds Henry, looking for, and off the post was Johnson. No goal.
That was as pretty as an offensive play as we've seen all day by either team. You saw a spin move and then a pass right across the crease, but the Panthers just couldn't capitalize.
Now Radford brings it in, a 2-on-2. A shot blocked down there by Egan, and now a pass the slot. Nobody there, but it got, and another shot whistled wide, and Moreau is down. But the puck cleared the zone. He looks to be okay for now. Somebody's stick is broken in the defensive end. And meanwhile, we've got a great deflection there in the offensive end put on by Radford. A lot going on. Not sure exactly what's happening, but now we've got a 2-on-1 for Radford and a slap shot. Whistle wide. Moreau had to stretch for that one. Bruin collects it. 1 minute left to go in this first period.
The broken stick you see down is Sean Egan's of the Panthers. They're going to try and get it off here, but he snapped his stick in half, threw it down, and then just walked basically really slowly overskated to his team's bench.
You see Egan now, he's going back to the locker room. You just saw Egan move across your frame, and we'll have a face-off in the near side. Egan frustrated over something. Maybe he's just going to collect a stick, not sure. If he doesn't return, that would be a big loss for these Panthers. And now you can see some confusion about what's going on with Sean in the near side circle. Puck is dropped. Face-off 1, 51 seconds left. High Point collection the defensive end. Tor has it in the corner. Looking for Jenkins. He's scored a goal today. Jenkins, Henry, Bruin, and Hallahan. The 4 goal scorers for High Point so far today. And now Reedy will take it in. Oh, what a move to get around a man, but he's depossessed. Tor will keep it in at the point. 28 seconds left in this first half. In the slot, shot deflected by Tor. Hallahan looking to put a hit on. Kennedy able to keep it in at the point. Now back to Hallahan. Over to Tor, the captain. Puts it into the slot, and Jenkins unable to get a deflection on the goal. Tor, 10 seconds left. A big hit put on by Tor, and Hallahan will keep it in. 6 seconds left. Loss in the feet, 3 seconds, 2 and 1, and that will be the end of this first half. Score, High Point Panthers 6, Radford Highlanders nothing. Not sure what to expect going into this one, but this is surely not what we thought we'd see. And on the far side, you see Sean Egan coming back out onto the ice just in time for him to leave for the end of the first half. See some High Point Panther teammates having some fun together. End of this first period. Score, High Point Panthers 6, Radford Highlanders nothing. Welcome back to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex for another installment of High Point Hockey. At the end of the first half, yes, you heard me right, first half, the score is High Point Panthers 6, Radford Highlanders 0. Again, this is the first half of the game. Let me explain why. High Point University thought that we reserved 2.5 hours of ice time. That's what all of the conversations with the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex had indicated leading up to this game. When the Panthers arrived to the arena, they were told that they would only have an hour and a half as opposed to 2.5 hours. So, for that reason, instead of one 20-minute period re-icing, another 20-minute period re-icing, and then a third 20-minute period with re-icing, we're going to play a 25-minute half, resurface the ice, and then another 25-minute half, and then that will be it. So, at the end of the first half, as I said, the score High Point Panthers 6, Radford Highlanders 0. Let's recap the scoring. High Point opened up with a goal from Ryan Henry at the 17-15 mark. Early on, Trevor McHugh looked like he was going to be unbeatable, and then High Point just broke down the dam. Bruin followed Henry with 2 goals of his own, followed up by Jack Jenkins with another, Ryan Henry scoring his second goal, and then Alex Hallahan capping off the scoring with the 6th goal of the game. Jay, what did you see from High Point there?
There's one stat line, Graham, that really tells this whole story of the game, and it's the number of shots on goal. Not on goal, just in general. High Point has taken 36 shots. Radford has taken 3. High Point has taken 12 times the number of shots that Radford has in this game. That shows dominance in the time of possession category, dominance in the offensive end by High Point. They've got 6 goals converted, 1 out of every 6 shots. It's just complete domination offensively for High Point. They've held the puck a lot longer than Radford has. Radford has had it minimally, and when they've had it, they haven't been able to get shots off because of this High Point defense. So it's just offensive domination here by the Panthers so far in the first half.
Absolute domination is right. And again, I apologize for some technical difficulties. I understand that many of you may have been unable to hear us in the first part of this game. We are working through these difficulties as we go. I understand that some of you may still hear some white noise, but all of these issues are things that we're working to resolve as we go along. Again, first half done. Score, High Point 6, Radford nothing. We'll be right back. Zoom in a lot. Right there. Booking it. Yo, his mask is sick. Yeah, it is. Eric Smith's mask is nasty. Too bad he's got real close corner right here. Welcome back to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex, getting ready to start the second half. Again, don't let your eyes deceive you. I know the scoreboard says second period, but we are indeed in the second half if you're just joining us. 2 25-minute halves rather than 3 20-minute periods. We're getting ready to start this second half here. High Point up 6-0. Could have very easily been worse than that. High Point out shooting Radford 36-3 in the first period. But Trevor McHugh doing everything he can in the crease, and he sees the puck goes behind him as we start this second half. High Point's got it in the defensive end. Now lost. Now High Point recollects. Offensive side, broken up by Radford. Dakota Sexton, one of the High Point Panthers playing for Radford, brings it into the offensive end. He's wearing that green jersey, unique from everyone else on the ice. Calkins with a pass over for Nupp. Chips it off the board. A good move there by Nupp to get it into the offensive zone. Broken up, though, by a Radford defenseman. Taken behind the net, unable to get any sauce on it, was Cazzola. Looking for someone in the slot, and Calkins unable to get anything on it.
Graham, we're going to look to see if Radford can control the puck a little bit more in the second half. The first half was pretty much, as you mentioned with the shots, domination of time of possession was just not even a factor for the Radford Highlanders. They were on defense the entire half.
What a save there by Sean Moreau against his teammate Dakota Sexton. Moreau didn't have to do much of anything in the first period. Again, that's just the fourth shot that he had to face in this entire game. 23:55 left to go in the second half, and Moreau makes his fourth save of the game, looking for a shutout perhaps in the second half. High Point up 6-0 as we look for a near side draw in the High Point defensive end.
Just more of the same what we saw in the first half. We saw time of possession dominated by the Panthers, same as in the face-off circle.
Bruin a pass over, looking for Henry in the hat trick, but unable to get through the slot was the pass from Henry. Now collected in the defensive end by Radford, unable to get the stick to the puck, and now chipped along the boards by a Radford defenseman. Taken in the corner by Henry. For Johnson behind the net. He was our player to watch coming into this game. Hasn't been able to produce much in terms of goals, but he's certainly been a factor facilitating this offense for High Point. Taken on the near side by Henry, but he's stripped of the puck. He'll take it right back at the point. Looking for Shawnee. Shawnee takes it. Down in the corner for Johnson. That top line, Johnson, Bruin, and Henry. Henry takes it behind the net, looking for Bruin in front, but unable to get it past the back of the net. Kept in at the point by Egan, though. Looking for Henry. It's lost in his feet. He takes it in the corner. Across, looking for Johnson with a cross-ice pass, and now Radford will hustle into the neutral zone. Gets around a man. That was Siegelhorn on defense. Unable to put a shot on, though, and Shawnee will take it just as quickly back into the neutral zone for High Point. A behind-the-back pass for Shawnee is touched, but unable to be collected, and now Siegelhorn will take it. Henry. Looking for Reedy. Pass off the boards, not precisely calculated, and it will be collected by Radford, and now they're breaking into the offensive zone. A move around a man. That's John Giroux bringing it up. Giroux has it. Son of Coach Dave Giroux. Haul a man down with Siegelhorn. And now Jenkins will bring it up, looking for Bruin, but unable to collect it at the blue line, and Radford will possess in the defensive end. Jay, if you're Radford, how are you going to get back into this one down 6 with just 21:53 left?
Well, they've done a good job so far in this second half. They're playing a lot more condensed defensively. They're having a lot more people sit in front of the goal instead of with. So they've got to create more, starting on their defense, get out more in a breakaway situation where it's easier to score, and they just got to capitalize on the opportunities that they get.
A lot of that is going to boil down to making sure that they get some crisp passes off. Speaking of crisp passes, that one was too crisp for the stick of Sean McDonald, and he's unable to collect it, but High Point will recover in the offensive end. Behind the net is Reedy. Looking for Jenkins in the slot, but unable to get it was the senior from Northampton. In the defensive end, Siegelhorn has it. One of the many freshmen on this High Point team. He'll bring it into the offensive zone. Around a man, looking towards the net, and unable to get in the slot was Macheska, and now Jenkins will try to get in the slot again, unable to. In the neutral zone. Hallahan has it, one of the 4 goal scorers for High Point in that first half. 20:46 left to go in the second half. Radford has it in the defensive end. That's Maxim Schroeder who takes it. Tried to get a pass up, but a good stick there from Macheska. And now in the neutral zone, Macheska will bring it into the High Point zone on sides. Radford will recover. High Point just at this point trying to keep the puck on their end of the ice as much as possible. Not letting Radford get anything going. Out of the feet of Giroux is Siegelhorn. Excuse me, that's Gita. Tor, the captain, takes it at the blue line. Fleury takes it. A 3-on-2 for High Point if they want it. A move around a man by Fleury and a shot on, shouldered away by McHugh, and we'll have a stoppage.
Yeah, that was Macheska right there. He put a nice move. The lefty going down the left side. Got his puck free. Put a shot on, but nice save by McHugh again. McHugh's just playing out of his mind today, Graham. We've seen it all afternoon. He's given up 6 so far. Not a single one in the first 4:55 of the second half, but he's just playing out of his mind. He's really keeping Radford in a game that they, based on the stats that you look at, they have no business being in.
And even as you say that, they're still down 6. It should be way worse if they had anybody else in between the pipes. Face off on the far side circle, won by High Point, no surprise. They've dominated that area today, one of our keys to the game. In the corner, Cazzola looking for it. Now taken by Paxton Nupp. his first appearance of the season today. Deflected down by Jeffrey Jobe, and he'll look to bring it up for Radford. Good defense there in the neutral zone by High Point. Now Nupp will start a 3-on-1 for High Point. A pass over to the left side and a right, and now a goal by Rob Cazzola. In his first game of the season, he puts his first goal on the board, and what a celly over there. High Point's having fun. 19:41 left in the second half. 7-0 High Point.
That was tic-tac-toe passing right there. You got a 3-on-1 coming up the middle. They dish it off to the left side, and then back to Cazzola on the right. Goalie has no chance. That's pretty much perfect offensive execution right there by the Panthers.
Cazzola, his first game back from an ACL injury, and he scores in his second half. 7-0 High Point. What a moment there for Rob Cazzola. Now brought into the offensive zone by Kennedy. Looking for Paxton Nupp, another player playing in his first game, unable to be collected in the slot. Shot whistle just wide. Cazzola has it again. Looking for a pass.
Oh, really?
Cazzola for Nupp. Over into the slot. Kennedy has it in his strip from his stick in the slot, and now Radford looking to get up. Nupp unable to get out of the scrum. It's still in feet on the far side boards, near side, excuse me. And now a stick check is going to be recollected by High Point. Radford just unable to get out of the neutral zone. Calkin has it, looking for a shot, but it's patted away by McHugh. He had a man on the far side boards. That was Cazzola again, but elected for the shot instead of the pass. Calkins will keep it in the offensive zone, though. Such sustained pressure from the Panthers, and a shot on is going to be swallowed up by McHugh. He's just doing absolutely everything he can over there.
Yeah, the goals McHugh has given up today, most of them have been just perfect offensive opportunities for the Panthers. I mean, Coach Starcher just can't really ask for much more on the goals that he scored, but if it's basically a contested shot where the goalie's got a chance, McHugh's made the save. It's been pretty sensational to watch.
Both of these teams playing in the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League, the ACCHL. And a goal there off the faceoff. Ryan Bruin with the hat trick. His third goal of the game. And he's just absolutely on fire to start this season for his 6th point in 3 games. 8-0 High Point, 18:36 left in the second half.
Yeah, he's the first Panther, as you mentioned, Graham, today to get a hat trick, but certainly may not be the last. This team is on fire offensively, and what's really surprising is their defense. Every time that Radford seems to be getting an opportunity to move the puck up the ice, the Panthers are just taking it away. The puck just hasn't even crossed the red line that much in the favor of the Highlanders today.
Now Henry, who's also on hat trick watch with 2 goals, the only other High Point player with multiple goals scored. Into the slot, but unable to get it. Shawnee with the shot on, patted down by McHugh, and now it's put out into the High Point offensive zone for what seems like the first time the entire half. 18:16 left in the second half. 8-0 Panthers. High Point will bring it back down into the defensive end, or the offensive end, excuse me, after an icing from Radford. If you're McHugh, I don't know what more you can do. You just got to ask more of the defense in front of you. They've been unable to clear it to the other side of the red line seemingly the entire night. A pass over to Bruin, who's got 3 goals already, looking for Johnson. High Point not letting up at all. They've got their top line out there. Johnson, Henry, and Bruin. A deflection there at the point. Now Radford's got to break away. 1-on-1. A backhand on and a good save there from Moreau.
That's pretty much the story of the afternoon right there. This little microcosm, this 5-second period. Radford has an offensive opportunity. It's rare, and they can't capitalize on it. Just great defense by Moreau if it gets to him, but overall the Panthers are dominating defensively.
A good other defensive play in the offensive zone. High Point forechecking like it's life or death. Ryan Henry's got it. Putting it towards the slot for Johnson, but Johnson unable to collect. Into the defensive zone now. Egan has it.
Yeah, you can see Jamie Arnold for Radford. He's been leading the last 2 breakaways that they've had, but he just can't even get a shot off.
High Point having some fun out here as they're up 8-0. 17 minutes left in the second half.
We got a glove on the ground, just picked up by Ryan Henry of the Panthers. He kind of skated out of it.
A shot looking for someone in the slot. No, a loose puck in the slot. Moreau able to stand tall, and he'll swallow it up to keep this shutout going. He's playing phenomenally so far, picking up where he left off in that last game against Tennessee.
You said that right. That was probably his hardest save of the afternoon. Kind of little scrum right in front of him. Couldn't really see it, but he got down, got his pads on, and made the save. 16:52 left here in the second half. 8-0 Panthers, like you just said, Graham. The Highlanders finally get a face-off in their offensive zone, and they can capitalize. They win the face-off, but immediately turn it over.
Now High Point looking with a breakaway. Hallahan had it in his feet and unable to get towards the net. Now McDonald collects. A shot on! Patted down by McHugh. Now Radford's got a breakaway if they want it. Odd man rush. A shot looking from the point. Unable to take the shot was Gustafsson. And now High Point will collect in the defensive end. Reedy has it. Lost into the corner. A scrum along the boards. And McDonald will come away with it. Out to Siegelhorn. Wards off a couple of defenders, and now Jenkins looking for Hallahan, but a stick from Radford able to break it up. Hallahan has it. Into the corner. 16 minutes left in this second half. Again, 2 halves being played if you just joined us rather than 3 periods because of the ice time restrictions provided by the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex where this game is being played. High Point offsides as Radford will collect. Puck into the offensive zone for Radford. Touch at the blue line, so no icing, but Siegelhorn will collect and High Point will take from behind their own net. In the feet of Fleury. He's got a 3-on-2 if he wants it. Fleury, back for Gita. Looking for McDonald on the far side, but unable to be collected, and a ref is going to take a spill, but he gives a thumbs up. Everybody having fun on the ice right now. Calkins looking for Fleury. Fleury lost it in his feet, and it's going to squirt out. But now Fleury will take it. He's got a 2-on-1 if he wants it. A shot on, and a goal from Fleury, his second in as many games.
That's a beautiful shot right over McHugh's right shoulder, elevated to the far corner. In lacrosse, we call it going top cheddar, top cheese. In hockey, pretty much just the same deal. Pretty much McHugh didn't really have a chance there. It just went sailing right over his right shoulder.
The biggest difference that I've seen between these two teams today has been puck control. Radford, when they have a bouncing puck in their defensive end, they're just unable to do anything with it. High Point settles those pucks, and they're able to get shots on goal because of it.
That's exactly right, Graham. The time of possession here in this game is not even worth looking at because High Point has just had the ball exponentially as long as the Highlanders have.
High Point just having their way with the Highlanders so far in this game. Scores 9-0. Radford will collect in their defensive end. Just under 15 minutes left to play in this final period. Excuse me. A hit along the boards by Tor, the captain. He's played very well defensively so far. No offensive production. A shot on the goal! A rare sight for Radford, but John Giroux unable to do anything with it. Moreau standing tall. Now Macheska has it in the far side corner. Mixed up with Tor. Now Gita looking to break out. High Point's got numbers if they want it. Looking for that 10th goal. Offsides would have been High Point, but Radford will take it, and they've got numbers now. A shot on from the point, patted down by Moreau. A good stick there from Fleury, kept another puck from getting to the net. And now High Point will keep it in the defensive zone, kept it at the point by Schroeder. Shot deflects wide, collected over there by a High Point Panther wearing a Radford Highlander jersey. Schroeder takes it behind the net. Depossessed of it by Macheska, and now he'll look to break out. Unable to be stick down, no icing, the linesman says, and Radford will collect behind their own net. Pass back now to a fellow High Point Panther from one to the other. These Radford jerseys are mixed up. We were not told at the beginning of the game what Panther would be wearing what jersey for Radford. So we have a little bit of confusion as we only have the jersey numbers for Radford's original roster players. Obviously, we can see Dakota Sexton wearing the one jersey that's different from everybody else. But beyond that, we've got a lot of confusion here as to what players are High Point Panthers and what players are Radford Highlanders when they're wearing that black and red.
That's exactly right, Graham. This whole game is just confusion. We're playing halves instead of periods, playing 25 minutes instead of 20. So it's just a crazy afternoon here in the Annex at the fairgrounds, but it's just fun college club hockey. The Panthers up 9-0. The Highlanders actually are on the power play, though, so this will be interesting to see if they can capitalize.
Dakota Johnson going to the box, and he is just hanging out down there, getting a much-needed break down there with Eric Smith, the goalie. High Point's going to take it from their defensive end. They've got a 2-on-2 short-handed if they want it. Shawnee normally aggressive, but elects to just dump it in, already up 9-0 with 13-15 left in the second half. Not looking to pad the score, at least not right now. Job takes it into the offensive end for Radford's power play. This is our first look at Radford's power play, trying to see if they can get anything done a man up as they were compared to even strength. Behind the net, Egan takes it. Gets around 2 men, but it's broken up by Radford. Calkins on the boards, unable to be cleared. Gustafsson looking for a shot, but it was deflected. 1 minute left on the penalty kill for High Point. The penalty to Dakota Johnson, our player to watch. Not able to produce much. And a bad pass there by McHugh. A shot on by Calkins. McHugh way out of the crease, but able to put a shot on. Egan with another. Oh my goodness, 2 great saves there by McHugh. He applauds himself, gets recollected in the crease, and now High Point short-handed. 3 great opportunities, unable to produce.
That's exactly right. They got 2 excellent looks. They actually had a man-up opportunity. They had a 3-on-2 situation where they're in the penalty kill. It's just rare. And they actually got 2 good shots on goal, but McHugh made both saves.
McHugh, that's just an example of the great play that we've seen from him tonight. 25 seconds left on the penalty to Dakota Johnson. High Point up 9-0. 12 minutes left in the game. Radford takes in their own end. Now Shawnee. Looking for it to clear around the boards, but unable to. Johnson standing up in the box as his penalty has 6 seconds left. You can hear the stick taps from Trevor McHugh. Brought into the offensive zone by Nupp. Dakota Johnson gets out of the box, and a good pad save there by McHugh. Unable to be settled on the stick of Hallahan, looking for his 2nd goal of the game, and now Radford will take it. They've got a 2-on-2 if they hustle, but High Point recollects. Now numbers for High Point in the defensive end. In the far side corner, fought for by High Point Panthers wearing black and red, and High Point Panthers wearing white and purple. Taken behind the net now. Radford unable to keep it to point. McHugh collects it behind his net. 11 minutes left in this second half. 9-0 High Point. Behind the net, Radford sets to go out. What were you about to say there, Jay?
Yeah, that's Jared Canton. He's just sitting back there waiting for these lines to change so the Radford Highlanders can get hopefully an opportunity on the offensive end.
A shot deflected off a stick and ramped up out of play. It never even saw the padding of Moreau.
Yeah, that puck is currently sitting in the gap between the net and the glass over there, so not even put on anywhere near the goal for the Highlanders.
This would be the first shutout of Sean Moreau's career. Definitely his first of the season, and it will be his first decision, whether it goes either way. As you remember, he did not start that game against Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, and now a breakaway for Bruin. Looking for his 4th goal of the game. One of the goalie unable to settle it. A pass into the slot, and it's in between the legs. McHugh just absolutely standing on his head as he settles that one down. Could have very easily been 10-0 High Point there. They had a 2-on-none situation. 10:39 left. McHugh doing everything he can to keep the deficit at 9.
Yeah, Ryan Bruin may get the MVP of this game with his 4 goals, but McHugh certainly, even though he's given up 9, he certainly honors at least consideration for that award.
He definitely may see the 3rd star of the game one way or the other. Bruin with 3 of High Point's 9 goals, 1/3 of them, and he's looking for another. Brings it into the blue line. He's got a breakaway. One on the goalie. And Bruin with a shot. McHugh makes the pad save yet again. Now Radford in the offensive zone. Unable to keep the puck on their stick. Depossessed by Bruin, but recollected. Into the crease, into the slot. Nobody's there. And Siegelhorn will put it out towards the blue line. Kept in at the point by Radford, though. Looking for a stick in the slot, and Gustafsson unable to get a puck on the net. Brought into the neutral zone by Henry. Now Bruin. Bruin hauls a man down cleanly, no call. Puck back for Henry. He's alone. Looking for Bruin in the slot, nobody there. High Point's defensemen were on a line change as Tor and Bruin, that's Calkins, unable to get anything done. Tor now takes it. Jenkins looking over for McDonald. McDonald is shot on, chested down by McHugh. He's got to have at least 50 saves at this point. I don't know how he could have anything less.
Easily. He's given up 9, but his save percentage in the grand scheme of things is actually going to end up looking pretty good. His defense isn't helping him that much at all.
McHugh looking for the Radford record books for saves in a game. I would tell you what that record was, but Radford's website hasn't been updated since I was 1 year old, so a little bit of an issue there.
It's hard to find a roster when the last year this team was updated on its website was 2002, 2003, like you said.
That just shows you the struggles that Radford is going through on and off the ice. These struggles being exemplified by letting Ben Reedy get into the zone easily. The junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, looking for his first point of the season, unable to get it through the unstoppable arms of Trevor McHugh. 8:49 left in the second half. High Point's lead remains 9-0.
Grant, you got to remember the last time these two teams played, High Point scored 11 goals against the Highlanders. So maybe let's see if they can get to that this afternoon.
High Point went 5-0 against teams in the ACCHL Virginia division in the 2019-2020 season. Those games coming against Radford, Old Dominion, VCU, and William and Mary, as well as American University. 3 of those games involved them scoring their only times that they scored more than 10 goals. Those games came on October 12th against William and Mary, 17 goals. November 16th against Radford, 11 goals, 11-2 victory. And they also put up 10 on American in a 12-4 victory. High Point takes it at the blue line. Now looking to the other end of the neutral zone. Offsides is High Point, and we're going to have a neutral zone face-off. 8 even minutes left. 8 minutes, 0 seconds. High Point up 9-0. If they want to get that 10th goal, if you're High Point, do you want that 10th goal? You're playing against some of your own players. You're looking for momentum after 2 straight losses to Tennessee to open the season. And after this, you've got a couple weeks off before you go into Virginia to take on Virginia Tech, Liberty, and then the ACCHL tournament in back-to-back-to-back weekends. So if you're High Point, are you looking for momentum with goals scored here, or are you just trying to be sportsmanlike and keep the deficit at 9 for Radford?
The big thing with them is they want to establish a teamwork mentality of momentum. Coach Starcher, I guarantee you, would prefer, if his team does score a 10th goal, for it to be off an assist or off a beautiful fast breakaway play like we've seen earlier in the game. They don't want it to be somebody who's trying to move throughout the entire Highlanders defense. He'd prefer to have a teamwork goal to get to the 10th and have certainly some momentum moving forward as they get Virginia Tech in a couple weeks and then Liberty.
Good plays being drawn up here in the offensive zone as High Point has been consistently looking for men in the slot, but nobody's been there for them. 7:20 left in the second half as Shawnee brings it into the offensive zone. No numbers for High Point, but he tries to weave around. He's got one. Oh my goodness, what a move from Shawnee. Well, there goes that teamwork play that you were talking about there. 10-0 High Point with a great goal. Individual effort from Shawnee, putting the deficit at 10 for Radford.
Yeah, he just controlled the puck basically from the red line forward and just went right through the Radford defense and scored the 10th goal of the game, as you said.
This may be a little bit premature, but folks, we don't have a 14th goal button on our scoreboard. So if High Point gets to 14, we might have a little bit of a problem. It's looking like it might get there today. 7 minutes, 7 seconds left in the second half. High Point bringing it into the offensive zone. That's Calkins. Gets around a man. Looking for another one, and McHugh shoulders it down. Calkins upset with himself. He wanted that one.
McHugh just continues to stand strong. He just gave up that one about 15, 20 seconds ago, but the number of saves that Trevor McHugh has today has got, you said 50 earlier, I wouldn't be surprised at 60. He's just getting barraged with shots from these High Point Panthers.
We're working on getting those numbers for you. We'll definitely have them at the end of the game, if not before. High Point wins the faceoff out to the blue line. A deflection on it, a good pad save there by McHugh. Another one in the record books. Henry has it in the corner. Now up to the point for McDonald.
Watch out for Ryan Bruin. He's sitting right in front of the goal. He's already got 4 today. He might try and get his 5th.
Cleared from the zone by Radford, and McDonald will collect in his defensive zone, McDonald looking for Bruin. Bruin already with the hat trick. Ryan Henry also on the ice. He's got 2 goals. The only other High Point Panther with multiple goals in this game. Johnson looking for Bruin. At center ice, unable to be collected, and now Radford will collect. Turns it right over to High Point at the neutral zone, though. Into the offensive zone, no icing. Johnson wins the race. Put into the slot, and a shot on by Henry just wide of the post, looking for the hat trick, unable to get it through. Henry takes in the corner. To the slot for Johnson. No goal yet for him, but he's looking for it. Siegelhorn at the point. Shot on, ramped up, out of play into the netting. as you see it fall down between the netting and the glass. 5:50 left to go. 10-0 High Point.
Just a continuation of the thing. I think we're going to get a goalie change. Excuse me. No, Moreau's going to stay in. It's just more of a continuing theme of the first half. The Panthers, whenever they do give the puck up, they're just immediately able to get it right back. Moreau has made minimal saves because he hasn't faced so many shots. Still pitching a shutout with 5:50 left, like you said. The Panthers just dominating time of possession right now.
A shot on there by Ben Reedy is just masked down. And there's an example of what we've seen all day. McHugh just absolutely standing on his head, trying to keep the puck out of the net for Radford, and now they'll break into the neutral zone. That's Gustafsson, our player to watch. He puts one on, and a great save there by Moreau. He had no idea where it was. Loose in the slot, and it's collected by Aiden Kennedy. 5:20 left. Taken into the neutral zone by High Point. A good poke there by Hallahan. Gets it around a man. Now Reedy takes it back to Hallahan, and it's collected by Radford's defenseman, Gustafsson, and he'll put it into the defensive zone for High Point. Kennedy takes it behind his net. Oh my goodness. Absolutely got him on skates. Literally. Tor takes it over to Hallahan. Looking back for Tor, but collected by Radford in their offensive zone. Able to be kept in. Linesman Ron Schwartz is going to wave that one down offsides, and we'll have a face-off. $10-0 already for the Panthers. 4:52 left. We're under the 5-minute mark. This easily the Panthers' best showing of the season offensively and defensively, as they're both pitching a shutout and hit double digits for the first time this season. Again, as spoken, they did it 4 times last season. And now potentially a chance looking for Dakota Sexton in the slide, but unable to get a stick to it was Dakota.
Yeah, that was a nice pass there by Gustafsson. He got off on the right side, the right wing, threw a pass right in the middle, right in front of the crease, but like you said, Sexton just couldn't capitalize.
Both number 88s on the ice for Radford right now. In the slide, and what a goal there. Tim Fleury with his second in as many games, and it is 11-0 High Point. Excuse me, Fleury scored earlier in the game as well. That's his third in 2 games, bringing his point streak up now to 3. Fleury also had an assist in the first game against Tennessee, had a goal in the second game against Tennessee, and now 2 goals now for the youngster, the freshman from Morris Plains, New Jersey.
Yeah, not much Trevor McHugh can do there. It was a backhanded goal, like you said. And McHugh is he's given up 11. He's got a feel for him now. There's 4.5 minutes left when he gave up that goal. There's not much he can do right there.
The official save counter right now for Trevor McHugh is 41, but gosh, it sure seems like it's more than that.
I thought it was 60, and that was a couple minutes ago. So 41 has got to be, and the number of shots that High Point has put on has got to be a lot higher than that too.
It's absolutely unreal. A puck loose in the slot, collected by Diva in the corner, looking back to Shawnee at the point. Tried to be deflected on net by Fleury, looking for the hat trick, but unable to be collected, and now it's in the corner again. Gita. Pass back to Macheska. A shot on, a big hit there. Couldn't tell if that was Logan Kennedy or Gavin Gustafsson, both wearing 88 in black. Gita. Out to Shawnee. And he bounces over the line, and High Point will have to recover in the neutral zone. That's Egan that has it. Scored a goal in the first game off the score sheet last game. A good skate from Macheska puts it into the High Point zone onside. 3:19 left. High Point up 11-0. Tried to be kept in at the blue line by Tim Fleury, but unable to be pawed down.
Tim Fleury jumped in the air and tried to get that one down. He kind of slipped when he landed, but still a pretty athletic move.
Another talented save there by Sean Moreau. He's looked just as good as Trevor McHugh, even though he hasn't seen as many pucks going his way. Egan trying to weave through defenders. Tied up in his feet, though, and Radford will break out. Gustafsson bringing it in the offensive zone. Gustafsson in the corner, unable to get a shot on net. Now the other corner.
That was an excellent defensive job by Shawnee there. Gustafsson looked like he had some momentum. He's a righty going down the right side, so it looked like he was going to be able to get a shot off, but Shawnee really just shut him down, didn't even allow a shot on goal.
2:37 left in the final frame of this game. Again, only 2 halves rather than 3 periods. Score is 11-0 in favor of High Point. Sean Moreau in the pipes. You see him there. He's looking for his first shutout of the year. He's got 2 minutes and 37 seconds left to make that happen. Face off one by Radford in the offensive zone. In the scrum near side boards. Taken out by Cazzola. Cazzola, his hair flowing behind him as he brings it up the ice. Cazzola looking for McDonald. In the feet of Cazzola. Looking for Calkins, and he's got an angle, doesn't take it. Looking for somebody to pass it to. That's Siegelhorn at the point. A shot on, deflected and patted away by McHugh.
Yeah,
might have gotten a blocker to that one.
That's exactly the kind of offense that I think we're going to see the last 2 minutes here from the Panthers. They're going to try and get the best shot available, and if it's not essentially a perfect dunk for them to be able to get in and get another goal, they're not going to take the shot.
Breakout pass blocked down by Paxton Knupp, and it's kept in at the point by High Point. Looking for somebody in the high slot, but nobody there, and now Radford has numbers if they want them. Jamie Arnold brings it into the zone. Pass blocked down by Siegelhorn. He's played a very good defensive game as he bodies off a man in the corner. Taken by Knupp. Over now to McDonald. Kept in the neutral zone by Radford. McDonald has it. Bounces around between a couple sticks. Deflected down to McHugh, and he'll cover. 1:19 left. Just 79 seconds left in this painful game for Radford. McHugh just looks absolutely gassed as he's getting a pep talk from Gavin Gustafsson. Radford unable to do anything to keep pucks from McHugh at this point, and you can see it shows. I don't know how McHugh is going to be able to play another game tomorrow.
That's a very valid point, Graham. He's taking a lot of shots. He's been on his knees a lot. He's been having to slide around a lot. He was literally on his head a couple minutes ago. He was upside down, had to get up. Just a very, not a normal day at the office if you're Trevor McHugh.
Absolutely not. In the neutral zone, Dakota Johnson has it. Top line out there now, looking for Bruin in the slot, unable to collect it. Now under 1 minute left. As you hear the public address announcer, a deflection on by Henry, looking for the hat trick, not there. Towards the slot, not there either. Looking for Henry, a pass to Johnson, kept out by McHugh. That one might have hit the iron. Tor to the slot, deflected away, and now another pad save there by McHugh. He's just doing everything right now. On the ice for High Point, Aiden Kennedy, Mike Tor, Ryan Henry, Ryan Bruin, and Dakota Johnson. 31 seconds left, 11-0 High Point. That one's going to be offsides, and we'll bring it back out to the neutral zone with 29 seconds left in this final frame.
Yeah, Graham, I don't think we're going to get to that 14-goal mark that you said the scoreboard wouldn't display correctly, but certainly an impressive offensive performance from the Panthers, and really, Moreau in the goal has played well. He hasn't faced a lot of shots, but he saved everything that's come his way.
29 seconds left. The number on Moreau's pads in the shutout left if he wants to make that happen. And it looks very likely as the puck is put back into the High Point offensive zone. Radford collects in the corner. Behind the net, Radford tries to get it out to Sexton. Tor keeps it in at the point. 8 seconds left. Pawed down by a Radford stick. A big hit by Tor, and now Sexton will bring it out. 2 seconds and 1, and that will do it. A double-digit victory matching the goals that they put on Radford in last game, 11, and as well as a shutout for Sean Moreau. Brings you to the final score that we've got in this one, High Point 11, Radford nothing.
This is an incredible offensive and defensive display here by the Panthers. They clearly outmanned Radford despite having some of their own players on the Highlanders team for this afternoon. Just a complete domination. I'm sure Coach Starcher is going to be very pleased with his team in the locker room.
Well, as the players celebrate together on the ice, we bring you our final score, High Point 11, Radford nothing. Let's look at some stats as we go. In the first half, goals from Ryan Henry, 2 of them. Goals from Ryan Bruin, also 2 of them. Jack Jenkins, Alex Hallahan, and then into the second as the score remained 6-0. Opened the scoring in the second by Rob Cazzola. Then Ryan Bruin, Tim Fleury, Alex Shawnee, Tim Fleury again, and Dakota Johnson at the very end. 11-0 High Point. Let's bring you our 3 stars of the game. Number 3, you have to give at least 1 star to Trevor McHugh. He played phenomenally.
Do we have his total save number on here? He faced 56 shots today compared to 9 for Moreau and the Radford offense. So Trevor McHugh, 56 shots against, only giving up 11 goals. He was under constant fire all day, and just all credit to him. If Radford can take anything positive out of this game, it's that they have a fantastic goalie who was willing to fight to the very end of a blowout game, and that says a lot about him and his character.
Speaking of fantastic goalies, second star, we're going to give that one to Sean Moreau with his first shutout of the year, just absolutely increasing that save percentage, which came into the game at .943, which is already amazing if you're a goalie at this level. And 9 shutout saves in this game is going to be just helpful to that if you're going forward.
Yeah, we got to remember, he's a freshman from Smithfield, Rhode Island. This is his 3rd ever college hockey game, and to pitch a shutout, especially after Tennessee, where the team gave up 8 and 7, so certainly his confidence could not have been all that high coming into this game. He's certainly going to go into tomorrow's matchup against Radford with a lot more confidence.
And I don't know how you could give the first star to anyone else but Ryan Bruin, scoring the hat trick, 3 goals. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and he extends his lead at the top of the High Point Panther point leaderboard.
Yeah, Ryan Bruin, one of many Panthers today to score a goal, but the only one to get that elusive hat trick like you mentioned. Hopefully he'll continue that momentum into tomorrow's matchup.
That's going to do it for us here at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Annex. Final score, High Point 11, Radford 0. We'll be right back here tomorrow. Another game, puck drop at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be here for it and hope you will too. Signing off for myself and Jay Banzette, I'm Graham Tuck, and we'll hope to see you next time. Thank you.